Allah honored it and gave it a special place in the Quran. But what is the story behind this surah? Was there a real cave with real people? Some say whoever reads it on Friday will have light between the 2 Fridays, but the price of understanding its depths requires patience. It contains 4 stories, each one a test, each one a lesson. The young believers fled persecution and were sealed in sleep for centuries. They woke to find their world transformed. A garden owner boasted of his wealth until it was taken from him. A man searched for knowledge at the edge of the earth, and a king who ruled with justice built a wall against chaos. These are not just ancient tales. They are mirrors held up to every generation, reflecting the trials that test faith, wealth, knowledge, and power. You will watch the complete story of Suratul Kahf, from the opening verses to its final wisdom, from the cave's darkness to its illuminating truths. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Our story goes back to the 3rd century after Isa, to the land that is today Turkey and the ancient city of Ephesus in the Roman Empire. It was one of the most turbulent periods for believers. In that powerful empire where the Roman emperors demanded worship, Christian believers were trying to protect their faith and their very lives. And in that time, a group of young men made a choice. They were not born as prophets or kings. As all sources agree, they came from noble families, sons of the ruling class, young men with futures promised to them by the empire. But they had found something the empire could not give them: the truth of Tawhid, the oneness of Allah. In that land called Ephesus, persecution existed, and it was based entirely on faith. The Roman people were diverse. They could be slaves or soldiers, merchants or magistrates, but if you refused to worship the emperor, if you refused to bow to the idols, you became an enemy of the state. These young men, whose number is debated, some say 3, some say 5, some say 7, were only a handful among thousands who faced the emperor's rage. Their roots went back to the ancient lands of the Mediterranean, to families who had wealth, position, and everything the world could offer. But when they accepted the message of Isa, and then the pure monotheism that would later be confirmed by Islam, they gave up everything. The northern parts of the Roman Empire were under the control of Emperor Decius, a ruler who hated the growing Christian faith. Rome took gold, taxes, loyalty, and yes, forced worship from this region. In that time, the main source of persecution was not nationality but belief. When the Romans attacked those who believed, they imprisoned them, tortured them, and killed them as examples. But when believers stood firm, they also inspired others to faith. These young men grew up in this chaotic period of religious warfare. Their youth did not pass with luxury and comfort like other nobles, but with secret worship and quiet conviction. As sons of the elite, people expected only obedience to Rome from them. But they had something different inside them, something their